What is going on, everybody? It is Justin and Nick back from Ayermax once again. Today we have the fourth of our NBA preview videos, this one on my Washington Wizards. Alright, so just a little background. So the Wizards in 2018-2019, they thought so highly of themselves. Unfortunately, they were the only ones who thought that. Last offseason, they brought in the controversial Dwight Howard to bring in a big man presence. They brought in more veterans and went for a win-now mode. Howard started off injured, and then he re-injured himself after just 9 games. The team fell apart, losing early and often to start the year. December saw them trade away my favorite player, Kelly Oubre, for an aging Trevor Ariza. John Wall was lost for the year with an Achilles injury. The hits just keep on coming. Stay with me. They traded Otto Porter Jr. to the Bulls for Bobby Portis and Jabari Parker, both young guys, both on expiring contracts. They then traded Markieff Morris and a second-round pick for some reason to the Pelicans for Wesley Johnson. They then limped to the finish line with just 32 wins, the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference. Alright, unfortunately, here's what the Wizards will look like in 2019-2020. Nick, talk to me about that draft they just had.
Yeah, we kind of need to look to the future. The last year for the Wizards was, how you would say, a little bit rough. All right. So, NBA Draft 2019 for the Wizards. Round 1, pick 9. They selected forward Rui Hachimura from Gonzaga. He feels an immediate need for the Wizards at power forward, so he'll see a ton of minutes. The good. He's 6'8", with a 7'2" wingspan, 230-pound frame. In college, he had a little bit of a turnover problem, but who doesn't? He didn't take many threes in college, but when he did, he connected on 42% of them. And draft experts hate this pick, but we think Hachimura will develop into a solid NBA player. Also, it doesn't hurt that he crushed it in the summer league, making the summer league second team and averaging 19.3 points, 7 rebounds for the Wizards. All right, let's move on to round 2. Pick number 42 was Admiral Schofield from Tennessee. Schofield is a huge dude. He's 6'6", 241, so he's kind of solid. Kind of a tweener. Can he shoot enough to be a 2? Is he big enough to be a 3 and a 4? He's tenacious. He's a tenacious rebounder thanks to his frame, and he's been working pretty good on his three-point shot. Should be able to come off the bench and give quality minutes whenever he plays. Hopefully these two guys will be a bright side for the Wizards because, as you will talk about later, they've got a little bit of trouble with the contract department.
I was just surprised they actually had a second-round pick. I think they had to trade or buy into the second round because the old GM used to love to trade those things. All right, let's talk free agency. Here's some of the guys they lost. All right, so bear in mind, this is a really bad team last year, and then they didn't keep these guys. They lost Tomas Satoransky, the point guard, who I absolutely loved. They lost Trevor Ariza, who I thought they never should have actually traded for, Sam Decker, Jeff Green, who was a quality veteran, Jabari Parker, and Bobby Portis. So we got nothing out of the Otto Porter Jr. trade. Now, they re-signed center Thomas Bryant, and I was really happy about this because he was probably one of the lone bright spots on this team other than Bradley Beal. They got Bryant back for 3 years and $25 million. All right, to replace John Wall, who we mentioned, who his Achilles injury will keep him out all of this next season. So, they need to pick up the slack at point guard. They signed point guard Ish Smith, who was the Pistons' backup for 2 years, $12 million. Isaiah Thomas, remember him? Remember like 3 years ago with the Celtics in the playoffs? Yeah, they signed him for a year, $2.3 million. They then traded Dwight Howard, who was god-awful, for CJ Miles. And then they got Davis Bertans from the Spurs. And from the Lakers, they got Mo Wagner, Isaiah Bonga, and Jermeo Jones. If you thought the Wizards sucked last year, just wait until this year. It's going to be so good. This is going to be an elite level of sucking. All right? Nick, this is... First of all, the Satoransky thing really chafed me because he was the only point guard that the Wizards actually had that was competent, who wasn't named John Wall. I don't know why they agreed to take on those 3 guys from the Lakers to help facilitate the Anthony Davis trade. Just taking on extra money. Sure, why not? Davis Bertans, though. All right? Have you ever actually heard of him before? That's the first question.
No.
Okay. He's really good. He's a 4, super tall dude. He's like one of the best knockdown three-point shooters out of all the power forwards. Like, I think on his corner threes, I think he like led the league in corner 3 percentage or something. It's insane. Absolute sniper. Got him for basically nothing from the Spurs. CJ Miles, I have no idea I don't know if he's good. I don't think he's that good. Okay. So there's that. The 2 point guards of Smith and Thomas, hot garbage.
I mean, yeah, there's not much to really do there. At least with Isaiah Thomas, you have a little bit of hope, like, oh, maybe he'll come back to his Celtic days, but we both know that's not happening.
My favorite part was that year that the Celtics were that good and Thomas was their point guard, is that the Wizards and Celtics probably hated each other more than any two teams ever. So I just think it's funny that, like, Isaiah Thomas has reached the point in his career where he's like, hey, Washington, remember a couple years ago when I basically shit all over your city? I'm back, and I'm playing for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was great. All right, so there's a couple saving graces for Wizards fans such as myself. Bradley Beal's still here. All right? Didn't trade him. Still here.
That'll be next season's trade.
You shut your mouth. and center Jan Mahimi. Remember him? Remember that offseason they gave everybody a bunch of contracts? Yeah, he's coming off the books next year. He's making like 15 mil to get like 5 personal fouls in like 10 minutes and just not be able to do anything. So yeah, your thoughts as a non-Wizards fan on what they got done?
Well, it's not that I'm a non-Wizards fan. I would love to be able to root for the Wizards because I'd like to have a home team that I actually really like. But I'm not rooting for that. No, I don't even want to claim them. That's just. I feel like I could run this team better. I
think one of the best moves they made was firing Ernie Grunfeld, who was the GM that gave John Wall that big contract that's regarded as the worst ever. They gave Jan Mahimi all the money and basically left the cupboard bare for new GM Shepard, I think is his name. All right, so let's talk starting five. All right, point guard Ish Smith. I mean, right off the bat. I mean, it's not starting great when your point guard's Ish Smith. Shooting guard Bradley Beal. Small forward Troy Brown Jr. Power forward Rui Hachimura, and center Thomas Bryant. And John Wall won't be back at all next year. So.
Yeah, that's rough to be paying John Wall that much money and not get anything from him.
It's great because the way his contracts worked is that every year the contract goes on, he gets more money. So.
When is his contract finally up? When do they get rid of him?
I think he's got like 4 more years left. I think 4 or 5. I think it's a long time. And the best part is that he's the kind of point guard who just throws himself at the basket and gets hurt probably a lot. So he's gonna age great. Pristine.
Yeah, when he comes back, not playing for 2.5 years?
Basically. I mean, he played up until like December last year, so he's gonna have all of 2019 out, and he won't be back until fall 2020. It's a long time.
He's going to be frail. He won't be in basketball shape. He's going to try and drive in like he used to. I wonder if he's still going to have his speed because that's what he really relied on.
Fastest player in the NBA.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll be true though.
Probably an Achilles injury. I mean, you saw what our guy, what's his the center for the Warriors, Cousins. You saw what happened to him when he came off his Achilles injury. He just looked like he was in quicksand. So, yeah, it's not going to be great. Do you want to hear some strengths and weaknesses?
If you can come up with a strength, I'll give you $1.
Players named Bradley Beal. And
that's
a couple intriguing young guys. Like Troy Brown Jr. is intriguing. Bryant's pretty intriguing. Hachimura. I mean, they're not. I don't know if they're good. Like, okay, Bryant's good, but I don't know if the other guys are like what you call good, but they're intriguing. Here's some weaknesses for you. You ready? Every player not named Bradley Beal.
Yeah. It's literally the rest of the team. I mean, I feel bad for the GM because a lot of this I feel like it's going to get kind of put on his shoulders because they're going to look like crap for the next few years. Or at least until John Wall comes back. Maybe they should just fully tank this year. Try and get a good draft pick.
Well, you saw what happened this last year with the draft, is that they were projected to get a pretty high pick, considering how bad they were, and then they got 9. 9. So I don't think you can count on just tanking, because the draft lottery will probably not work in their favor.
But you still need a higher percentage than normal. I mean,
they were pretty bad last year. 32 wins last year, and they only got the 9th pick. All right, let's talk predictions. I'll go first. My prediction is that this team will make me cry often. They're not going to win. They're not going to win 25 games, and they're going to be the worst team in the Eastern Conference, probably in the NBA too.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I feel like I'm going to hear a lot of sad stories coming from you. Just an upset Justin a lot.
A lot of good fodder of just me shouting that they've lost like 10 in a row or something is probably coming. So yeah, all right, DC family, just hang in there.
Yeah, I mean, all caps, right?
All caps. Still got the caps. You can't take that away. All right. On a very somber ending to a team preview. Washington Wizards. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're a Wizards fan, I'm sorry. Let's just hang in there. So be sure to like the video. Be sure to comment below if you thought what you thought of the video. Any disagreements? I mean, it's pretty hard to disagree with how bad they are. See ya.
All caps.
All caps.